All right, the braised fennel has been braising for about an hour and 10 minutes. And it is nice and tender enough to eat right now. And we're going to pull it out of the oven and we're going to begin the process of completing the sauce for the braising liquid and setting up the fennel to eat. Now, unlike some of the heavier dishes, this dish can be made very light. I mean, you don't even have to add the cream to it and it'll be good. On the other hand, you can add the cream to it, which we will. You can put Parmesan cheese on it and gratinate it like we did the Belgian endive if you'd like. We're not going to do that, but we might want to put some cheese on there and not gratinate it. And we'll try some of that too. So let's pull the fennel out of the oven and take a closer look at what we've got. I'm reducing a little bit of cream back here for the braising liquid. And I'll need a small saucepan. Or maybe I can just make it in this one. Let's see what we've got here. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whoop, that is nice and tender. Be careful picking these up because I just pulled one of the outer layers off of that very first piece. Let's grab her from the bottom. See how nice and tender they are. They're beautiful. Oh, give me a small saucepan if you've got one. Now we're going to discard the 2 pieces of lemons. We have all the essence of the lemon married into this braising sauce. Now let's get a, thank you, Louis. Let's get a little taste of the braising liquid as it is. Lemony, chicken stock, a little bit of onion, garlic thing. Now, I'm going to take the cream that we're reducing here, and we're going to put it in this saucepan here, and we're going to reduce the braising liquid in this pan. Why did I make that change? I made that change because this is a little wider of a pan, and it'll reduce faster. Now, while those things are coming to a boil, we're going to play with the fennel here and get it set up. Now, normally you might want to let this cool a little bit, but for this particular video, I don't need to do that. But if I was not doing a video and I wasn't trying to do this in one take to complete this particular preparation, I'd let this cool for a little while so it'd be easier to handle. Okay? But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut the fennel open this way so you can see what the inside of that fennel looks like. Come down on that, Richard. That is one pretty beautiful little vegetable right there. It is nice. And this whole thing has a total perfume, come on back up, has a total perfume essence of licorice and celery. And in this particular case, onions, garlic, and chicken stock. Now, I'm going to cut this into wedges like this. But I'm going to cut the very back end of this off because these are a little bit tough. And here, let me get a smaller plate here. Hold on. Now we're going to place these wedges on the plate. They're still somewhat intact. As a matter of fact, I'm going to set them on the plate. All right, the cream is reduced here, and now I'm going to add it. If you can get back here, Richard, we'll add the cream right into the braising liquid. I've got about a cup of reduced cream there. So I probably started out with about a cup and a half there, maybe something like that. And now, if you can come back here a little bit too, Richard, we have a juicy braising liquid. I'm going to give that another little taste to see how that's coming along since we added the cream to it. It's coming along rather nicely. Now, one of the things I'd like to point out to you is that you'll notice that in this braising process and in the recipe, I usually tell you to reduce the braising liquid to sauce consistency. You can put the braising liquid on the finished anise or fennel when it's not real thick, too. It doesn't have to be thick, but that would be the general preferred method to proceed with, okay? So let's get some more of this cut up real quick. As I was starting to say, we can cut this off right on the plate. This little tough end part here, if you want to come down here, Richard, that'll keep the piece of fennel more looking like a piece of fennel. Rather than, see what happened to this piece over here, kind of started to fall apart because I was trying to transfer it after I cut the stem off, which is holding it together, see? So we cut the stem off right on the plate, and we don't have to move it around afterwards. And it'll look a little better in the final analysis, see? Now you can take these bulbs of fennel and put them in the fridge and cut them up like this or even smaller and put them in the center of a salad if you want with your vinaigrette dressing on it and so on. So a very nice addition to salad, the braised fennel itself, okay? It's beautiful smell that I got going here. Are you down here on me trimming this, Richard? Come on down. You know, I'm getting the back ends of this off. Just stay right down here for a second, and I'll show you again what I mean. You cut your fennel this way. Put it on here. Then I'm cutting off this part right here, which is a little bit tough. If you can catch that, see? Now, we'll just make that amount for now. Of course, you can use this in soup too, and it comes out very, very nice, like a cream of fennel soup, and so on. Now, here is the braising liquid that is not sauce consistency, okay? Just a way in which you can serve it a little bit lighter, and that's what we're going to do for this particular presentation in this video today, okay? Now, I gave you a recipe that said it reduces the sauce consistency, and that's a fine recipe, and doing that, it will come out really nice, okay? But I also want you to see the other version of not doing that. I'm going to mix a little bit of butter into here. I got about 1.5 ounces there. Let's taste that again. This needs a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. We'll put a little bit of parsley right inside the sauce. Now look here. Now I'm going to reduce this the rest of the way, and I'll have it for the other fennel for later. Now, here is the bush from the fennel itself, which we can lay right there in the middle. And a little bit of tomato brunoise or some fresh Parmesan Reggiano on here. You'll notice I'm doing this with a few dishes in this vegetable class. The reason I'm doing it is just a fine, fine new addition. Now, there is a nice lighter version of the braised fennel. And let's say you were having someone over for dinner and you wanted to make a little side plate for them with their veg to accompany their entree, or put a portion of this on their entree plate. One of the nicest dishes, one of the nicest vegetables that you'll ever run into for cooking like this. You'll find this in not all stores, and you'll find it to be pricey in most stores in this country. But if you get a chance to try making braised fennel, this is a very good, basic, infrastructural approach to dealing with this vegetable. And I hope you're successful with it when you try it, because I have a feeling you're going to.